Mr. Chairman, this amendment is quite simple. It prohibits the export of oil and natural gas produced from leases on the public lands of the United States that are going to be authorized under this bill. America's #1 export last year was American fuel. #1. No other product did we export more of last year than the fuel that is produced here in the United States. More than $100 billion in American-made fuels was sent overseas to China, to Morocco, to Singapore, and other countries. This infuriates Americans pulling up to the pump and paying more than $3.50 a gallon to fill up. And not only do oil companies want to continue exporting American fuel, but they are now talking about lifting restrictions on exporting America's crude oil as domestic production continues to increase. Just this week, the president of the American Petroleum Institute announced that exporting America's crude oil should be a serious consideration. Let me say that again. Big Oil is now stating publicly, in no uncertain terms, that they want to be able to export crude oil produced in the United States. Now, earlier, the majority whip said that this bill will make us energy independent. Well, without the Markey Amendment, there is no way that an oil company just won't export the fuel and the natural gas. And now the head of the American Petroleum Institute says Big Oil also wants to start exporting America's crude oil as well. As American men and women are on the ground in the Middle East fighting and dying to protect oil supply lines coming from the Middle East into the United States, Big Oil wants to export oil produced here in America to China, to other countries around the world. That is truly frightening. And it's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Wrong in terms of our relationship with the young men and women who fight for us, who defend us around the world. Big Oil is beholden to shareholder interest only. They do not care about American national security, and they certainly don't like Americans to enjoy low energy prices, which is what's happening right now with natural gas. They want a bigger cut. They want to create a global national gas market and a global price just like they have for oil. That's the plan. And the companies are lining up at the Department of Energy right now to get permits to export American natural gas. 15 applications seeking to export 28% of our current natural gas, American natural gas here in the United States, all around the world. And why do they want to do that? Well, they want to do that even though the Energy Department says it could lead to a 54% increase in the price of natural gas for Americans. They want to do it for a very simple reason. The price of natural gas in Japan right now is 7 times higher than the price of natural gas here in America. American companies want to sell the natural gas to the Japanese rather than to Americans because they can make 7 times as much money. In Europe, it's 4 times as high. They want to just sell the natural gas of America overseas rather than keep the prices low for people, to keep their homes heated, to keep our industries growing, the petrochemical industry, the fertilizer industry, the plastics industry, all those industries dependent upon these fuels. Now that's good for the oil industry, very bad for the American domestic manufacturing sector, because low-price natural gas is what's fueling the increase in manufacturing all across this country. And so I just totally reject the premise of the majority in allowing for the sale of our oil and gas out of our land across the country. At this point, I am going to reserve the balance of my time.